What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, checking out the Grim Workshop monthly subscription for July of 2023. Super excited about this one because it looks to be a little bit on the thicker side than we're used to. If you're not familiar with Grim Workshop, they do EDC survival cards in the form factor of a credit card, dog tag, or medallion. And so typically super flat gear. Whatever we got today is definitely a little bit puffier, so excited to check that out. Now this subscription's $20 a month plus tax and shipping, so relatively budget friendly one that's always a lot of fun to check out. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what we got this month. And so I'm gonna try and pull out the smaller items first. So starting off with the card, which is going to give us some spoilers if you want that, but if not, just don't pay attention to that. And we have, for our tip cards, you always get 2 tip cards. And the first one is Gathering, and it's catching crawfish. And it is GA2, so it has some information like nutrition information per 100 grams, as well as information on how to actually catch crawfish. So that one's going to be pretty cool, and you always get 2 of those. They're valued at $1.85. And so the second one is going to be a DIY compass, magnetic compass V1. This is card N1 and has some illustrations on how to do it on the back, as well as step-by-step instructions on the front, or I guess this is the front, so vice versa. You get their spool card. This is just a business card, not an item that's going to be listed, but it will double as some line spool. And then they are doing a Kickstarter right now as well. You can see this kind of sample of the card. This obviously isn't the actual card, but scan to get your Hot Shot Fire starting survival card. I'm assuming this is actually going to take you to the Kickstarter rather than their website, but that is something that's coming out soon. I don't know how long it's left on it, but coming out relatively soon. Now, for the smaller tool, you usually get one larger, one smaller. The smaller tool, looks like we're gonna get their flat tweezer micro tool. And this one's actually kind of cool. I've always wanted to try this one out, so I'm gonna actually open it up and see how that works. It comes with this little ring, so you can add it to a keychain or necklace or whatever you want. And so you can see it's on here, and these have these back retention systems that work really well for theirs. I've had some other cards that don't work as well. The retention system just deteriorates over time, and so theirs work really, really well and last a lot longer. Having a hard time getting under there. My nails are really short right now, and this roller is a little bit too big to get under there, so I'm gonna have to figure it out with my nails, so I'll just bend it a little bit. There we go. And so you can see it's kind of trying to stick on there. The first time you pull it off, you're gonna have to snap a small piece of metal, but really easy to do. And now that I have that other one off, this one shouldn't be a problem because I can get a little bit more purchase on there. And that's definitely the case here. And so you can see that retention backing. It's just kind of the sticky backing, but it's not so sticky that it sticks to the tools. Again, like I said, with some other cards, I've had that issue. And I think you just kind of fit these together. And that's exactly it. And so they just make a small pair of tweezers, kind of the size of a Victorinox pair of tweezers, and they actually feel relatively stable. If you twist them a little bit, they will come apart, but they're pretty stable, more stable than I was expecting, with just kind of sliding into place like that and then sliding right apart. So that's kind of interesting. I think I have a Victorinox right here somewhere. I just want to see that for size comparison. Yeah. Here we go. And so yeah, just about the size of a Victorinox pair of tweezers, so a little bit wider opening, but similar size, slightly shorter, but kind of cool. And then once you're done with those, you can just snap them back into place and they will stick to that backing fairly well. And I have found that that's reusable several times. I don't know how much it's rated for, but you can pull these off, put them back on. The one I've used the most is their lock pick tool, and I pulled those off several times, and the retention system doesn't seem to be losing its stickiness, so that's really nice. Gotta set this somewhere where I don't lose it because I'm gonna forget to put it back in there otherwise. And then it feels like this is the last item. Yeah, definitely the last item. No popcorn this time. Usually you get a single piece of popcorn, but it looks like this is their slingshot tool. So another really cool one. It says Grimm's Slingshot Slingbow Multi-Tool is an ultralight collapsible slingshot with built-in arrow rest. Pull the paracord straight across the limbs to enable the arrow rest, or loosen the band and put it back into the U shape around the limbs for a traditional slingshot experience. To break the slingshot down for storage, loosen the band by pulling lightly. Well, I'll let you read that if you want to, but won't be relevant if you don't have this anyway. But yeah, so it's a credit card style tool for the handle, and then it looks like you can remove this band, and you have your sling bow as well, so you kind of put this out as an arrow rest. So you're going to want to, I think, loosen that up and put this across the body, but otherwise store it below there and then just pull. So cool little pocket slingshot, definitely feels like some really good bands on there. Now these edges are a little bit sharp in hand, so not the most comfortable slingshot, but kind of a cool that you can break it down. I'd assume this still fits in the size of a wallet. So yeah, putting it up against that other card tool, you can see it's about the size of a credit card. So you can remove this band, still put this portion in your wallet, carry the band in your backpack or pocket or wherever, and have a slingshot with you in your wallet. So that's a pretty cool thing. And this is probably going to be our main tool. So looking at the card, let's see. Yeah, this is the main tool at $24.95, and that's the Pocket Slingshot Sling Bow. The flat tip tweezer micro tool at $5.99, so we're looking at around $31, and then another $3 or so and some change for those tip cards. So around $34 for a $20 subscription isn't too bad whatsoever. The tip cards are really cool this month. They always give a nice mix. So there seems to be an infinite number of these that they're drawing from. They're labeled so you can keep them together. I have them bunched up together in order of category. And so you end up accumulating a pretty nice set. And I think one of the months we got something like 10 or 20 of those tip cards, and so have a pretty nice collection of these. You can carry the ones that make sense or just read them when you're not necessarily using them, remember them, and just have that knowledge on you. But either way, cool subscription. Really excited to see the slingshot in here. I'll definitely mess around with this a little bit more. Like I said, just kind of initial impressions is it feels a little bit sharp for a handle for a slingshot, but not in the sense that it's going to cut you, just in the sense that it's going to be uncomfortable to use for longer periods of time, but still really cool. It will be interesting to see how accurate that is and how it shoots. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this month's haul down in the comments below. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button if you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.